I'm gonna spill the beans right away by admitting that this video will offend quite a few people, so I'm gonna have to say trigger warning because the type of people who are going to be offended by this video are the type of people who say trigger warning. The bulk of this video is going to be about KickStarter, though the topic at hand isn't confined to just KickStarter alone. I'm not going to name names, but I think it's going to be very obvious what other sites I'm talking about. But if you still plan on calling me a bigot simply because I don't hold the same opinion as you, I humbly ask you to go fuck yourself. Now, my attention was recently brought to a Kickstarter documentary called GTFO, a documentary about women in gaming, which surpassed its $20,000 goal by almost $14,000. The whole documentary revolves around a website called fatuglyandslutty.com, a website dedicated to exposing the sexist gaming community. And it's hardly surprising that people send comments like this when there's a major group within the gaming community like this.
So go up, down, jump around, go like a little gay person.
So there are lots of shit-faced little pricks on Xbox Live, which is hardly surprising when you look on the European Space Agency, Entertainment Software Association's website. Parents are present when games are being purchased or rented 90% of the time. No, I'm not saying everyone who sends these messages is prepubescent, but it gives you a good idea of exactly what you're dealing with when it comes to online gaming, especially with Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network. The idea that you can get people on these networks to act like responsible, respectful human beings is a very naive one. Also, when it comes to things like death threats, they are in no way exclusive to women.
If you think you're a big gangster, lad, give me your name and your address, I'll make it easy for you. Hey, I'll have you fucking chopped to bits on your fucking mum and dad.
Why, you think you'll chop me up, do you? Do you think you'll chop me up? You can't handle me. Get into my party and I'll fucking chop you up, lad.
Harassment over Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network is not a sexism issue. It's a social issue created by massive networks that are hard to moderate and amplified by random selection in matchmaking. And contrary to what fatuglyandslutty.com says, the majority of the people who are being harassed are not women. One of the other major criticisms made about the GTFO Kickstarter is the fact that Shannon Sun Higginson, the project's creator, isn't actually a gamer herself. She also says in the Kickstarter introduction video that she didn't hear about any sexism until about a year ago.
I first found out about the sexism in the video game industry about a year ago.
And this is where she lost a lot of her support. Even people who would normally support a project like this have decided not to, since she's an outsider and may be ignorant on the entire subject. They see her the same way I would see a PETA supporter who suddenly decided to make a documentary on the Oncolor nuclear waste disposal facility, and make one of the major selling points behind the entire documentary the fact that they know nothing about it. Strange analogy, but I would not support that Kickstarter, even though I think there should be more documentaries on nuclear waste disposal. This is why I've created a Kickstarter for my own documentary. At the end of the day, nothing is going to change because of this documentary. All that's going to happen is people are going to continue throwing their money at pointless Kickstarters and expect the attitudes of millions of people to change because someone, let's say, gets 1 million views on a Kickstarter video. There are many problems with the gaming community, but the recent social justice movement in gaming is not the answer. Kickstarters like GTFO are like trying to climb an ice face with a screwdriver. You just end up wasting your time, and everyone ends up laughing at you.